Good day, miners. How are you all? I'd like to offer a light apology for the lack of podcast today. Um, Obviously, there is something in its stead, but when I sort of evaluated the situation, it was pretty clear that it wasn't going to work out today. What we did was instead is a pretty long, possibly unfulfilling gameplay block of us playing Valheim. Either way, I'm here with a little bit of news, and now there's been a few Steam posts over the past couple of weeks I haven't covered. For example, the publishing thing, which probably seems like that's probably the strangest one I haven't gone through. Hiring for Hoxies, maybe you can see why I wouldn't touch that. It's not particularly interesting news, and this stuff was featured on the anniversary stream anyway. But I think this is significant enough. It doesn't contain any information about Season 4, but it is mentioned, and I'm sort of taking everything we can get. It feels like at this point they're doing every single different news or Steam post that they can before actually posting the roadmap officially. But either way, this is in regards to the DRG Legacy Edition, which premiered with the 5th anniversary event this year. It will, however, run a week longer than that. Hello, miners. The booze is gone, the jukebox is full of beans, and the anniversary event is finally coming to an end after 2 weeks of trophy hunting, free beer, and smooth jazz. We hope you've enjoyed the event just as much as we enjoyed making it. And a most hearty thank you to everyone who purchased a Supporter 2 upgrade. It's been humbling and encouraging to read all the wonderful reviews. A small PSA. We will keep DRG Legacy Edition available for an additional week. It was initially meant to go away with the anniversary event, but we'll keep it around until the next patch, which is scheduled for Thursday the 23rd of March. More than 50,000 of you have had a dive into this janky old time capsule and seen firsthand how far DRG has come in the past 5 years. And if you haven't had a chance to try out DRG Legacy yet, well, now you have another week to do so. Thank you again for celebrating these past 5 years with us, miners. We're hard at work on Season 4 as we speak, but more on that later as we get further along in development. So let's go from the top. Actually, the first block is kind of easy to ignore. So it's really just about DRG Legacy's ending on the 23rd of March, which is, like I said, it's an additional week. And I think it's pretty clear to see why they would do something like this. We've had the anniversary event running for the past 2 weeks. And even though it is very easy if you wanted to knock that assignment out within a couple of hours, which we did on the day that the anniversary event launched, the event was still in play for a full 2 weeks. And having that be the only 2 weeks where DRG Legacy was available might not have been the wisest choice. In fact, I would have recommended they leave it until they had left until afterwards and given 2 weeks after the anniversary event. But in this case, it does mean that DRG Legacy will stay available after the anniversary event, which I think is important. It's not going to stick around forever, and I understand why in the context of how DRG Legacy has been handled, in that it does add to the game size. And they really do they appreciate for themselves the very small amount of memory that DRG takes up on your device, and I think it's a very good thing too. I think it's something that's worth preserving. I do think it's worth investigating a possible way to have DRG Legacy be available permanently through another means as another small game separate from Deep Galactic. But either way, in the context of how it's been handled, this is a good way to do it because there's probably a lot of people that haven't tried it that want to. I should point out, though, that 50,000 people tried DRG Legacy Edition, which is a lot. That's actually a very impressive number of people to dive into a sort of offshoot section of the game. That's only available during a limited time. I think Ghost should be very happy about that. It's sort of gratifying to see this many people interested in even non-main game material. And you can sort of compare that or put that in the same vein as the trailers for the new Ghost Ship Publishing games, especially DRG Survivor, getting well over 100,000 views on YouTube. Things are really going their way in terms of numbers. And obviously we do have a brief mention of Season 4. We know that they're working on it. It's very good to know that we are in active development of Season 4, which means we'll probably start seeing bits of Season 4 within a month or two. Because when they actually get started on things, they do tend to chug along quite effectively. And I don't think it'll be long until we start seeing teasers. Despite the fact that it will be launching in June, and we are still currently in March, that does make it seem like a long way away. But I have no doubt we'll start seeing teasers before the end of April. And that's really all that's really all there is here to say. I don't know if we can expect a potential updated roadmap tomorrow, or next week. I'm not sure. they might want to elaborate more on it when they do release it. I think it should be soon. I do think it's incredibly odd that it hasn't been officially published yet. I really hope that my video on it hasn't had any effects on that. Clearly, I would have no doubt that it's a deliberate decision to not have it officially published yet, but I am still going to question it, because I do think it's odd that they showed it on the anniversary stream and yet it hasn't been officially posted anywhere. Why are they waiting on that? That's the biggest news for Deep Rock players to see. That's the most important thing for them. But either way, we know it's coming, and we know they're working on it right now. And we also know that Legacy Edition will be available for slightly longer than expected, which I think is a very good thing. And I can't jump into it. It's only available on Steam still. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like I particularly missed out. I played Deep Rock quite early on. I started in 2018, not as early as February 2018, which is what the Legacy Edition represents. But I still played Deep Rock in quite an early stage of its life cycle. Either way, I'm trailing on. There is no more to this, apart from to know that the Legacy Edition is going to be available for a week longer, which is a really good thing. Give more people the chance to play it, gives a lot of people the chance to play it even more, and that's just good for everyone. I hope we see some more news on other things soon. I hope we see, Easter will be coming up somewhat soon. But this will be a little bit of a valley for Deep Rock over probably the next month, I'd say. The next month is going to be fairly, what's the word? Blank canvas isn't right. I guess there won't be much on the horizon for the next month. And that's only because Season 4 is later than we expected. But once that starts ramping up, once we hit Easter, it's probably going to be pretty non-stop until Season 4. So there's a lot to look forward to. But I wouldn't say there's much to look forward to right now. Either way, that's all from today's or this news entry. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.